I know that it is not you who gives children, it is God who gives children. But this would help you to place a demand on divinity. And because the both of you will agree on it, you will see that the things will align. Because when your faith says yes, God cannot say no to you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Aggie Linus. If this is your first time here, if you're a returning subscriber, I salute you and thank you for being a mega part of my community. We've already seen from the title, we're looking at how to prepare for marriage, the part two. We've already done part one, so you need to check the link in the description and see the part one. In this part two, we'll be looking majorly on communication. When you're preparing for marriage, there is need for you to talk about a whole lot of things so that you will not talk about the same things when you get into marriage. We've been told that assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. Ask questions about a whole lot of things. Now, what are the things that you should ask question about? I'm going to be looking right into it. Talk about finances. The truth is, money matter in marriage. So you cannot just say, he has money, so I just want to marry him, or she has a job, I just want to marry her, and all of that. So no, talk about money matters. Talk about the percentage that each of you will bring into the table. Talk about it. Don't assume. Talk about if you're going to be operating a joint account. Talk about the percentage that each of you will be bringing to the table if you're doing something. Talk about how you intend to save for important projects, your spending habits. Ask questions if the person is in debt. I, for example, before we got married, I was in debt. I thank God I could clear it before we got married. What happened? Whilst in the university, someone gave me bags to help us sell. I used some of the bags as seed. Yeah, it was that bad because I could just carry a human being if I could and go and drop and sacrifice. You know those people that give what they don't have. I was like that back in my uni days. Each of the bag then cost 15,000 naira. 15,000 times three with my project money and a lot of things I had to do. I couldn't meet up with the time that the person needed the bags and the money. I got married few months after my graduation. So when my husband came, something happened. He gave me money to get a phone, and I diverted the funds to pay my debt. So I told him, I said, this is the reason why I couldn't buy the specified phone I should have because I was in this mess. And he understood with me, and that was cleared. So please talk about if you're owing. Don't be the one using your house funds to go and be sowing seed. Don't sow what you don't have. Don't be like Agnes of those days, please. So talk about spending habits to know how much you're going to be spending, how much you will save, and what everyone will bring to the table. The next point will be for you to talk about the number of children that you would have. As simple as this sound, it is very crucial. You want to agree on whether you would going to have two children, three children, and all of that. Yeah, I know that children are a gift from God, but a lot of people, when they don't plan for it, they feel that they can just have as many as they want. Ask them how many children they would like to have. Then you people get on a balance so that you people can both agree on that. And also talk if you're going to be having children immediately you get married. Some people would want to wait for a year or two to complete certain projects before they'll start rearing children. Or talk about it with your would-be spouse to know if you're going to have children immediately, the number of children you're going to have, the method with which you're going to train them. Talk about personal history. There should be no hidden agenda. There should be no cockroach in your cupboard. So you should be able to be open to this person and let them know the things that they need to know, not to hear from other people. You want to tell them also your medical history, and then you want to ask questions about medical history. You want to ask questions also about background. I mean, when it comes to medical history, there is need for you to talk about your genotypes, talk about your blood group, and the rest. I know of two lovebirds who discovered just a month to their wedding that they are both AS and they can't get married. Imagine being in a relationship with someone for so long and then you're making plans you've gone to see parents, you've done introduction, and then get to know that both of you can be walking down the aisle because of medical issues. So please talk about background, medical history, talk about physical background. You need to know if the person is from a background that they worship idols, background that believes in Christ, or either Muslim or Christians. You need to know the background, the history of the person you're going to be getting married to. If possible, follow them to their village. Don't just say we met here and we're going to get married here. We met in the city, we're getting married in the city, and then if anything happens, you begin to make calls of in-laws who knows. No. Please check. So that you will know if you will need to hire a canoe for your traditional wedding or something. Please, I beg you, agree on the place of in-laws in marriage. Set boundaries. Agree, both of you should make boundaries that you are going to be sticking to. Like usually, we advise people that in the first year of your marriage, you should try to bond with your partner and don't let people come stay with you, whether your sister-in-laws or your brother, I mean, whether your family or your in-laws. So you do what works for you, but have the conversation. Agree on who can come visiting. Agree on how long they will stay, under what circumstances. These are things that little things that bring issues in home. Agree also on what percentage you'll be giving to your in-laws. For example, you can both agree that every quarter we're going to be sending something to your mom or to my mom and all of that. I mean, you should spell out these very plainly. Once you do, it will take off pressure, it will take off unnecessary arguments and all of that when you get married. You really need to have the sex conversation. You know, as a child of God, it is not okay for you to test. You are not granuts. You know, all this testing, doing a let's do practical, let's do sex rehearsal and all of that. You will not have that opportunity because scripture says so. You may not have that opportunity, but you can always talk about sex. Talk about what person's sexuality, talk about how the person would like to have it. Because at this point, you're about to tie the knot. For some people, that is where they'll get the shock of their lives and may not even continue in the marriage because they get to know feels about sex, if it's a person that doesn't like sex at all, and if you're the person who probably want to have it, if you're the person who probably want to have it every day. Don't say that you just go into it by faith and all of that, but you need to talk about it. Have the family government conversation and family altar conversation. This is so crucial because I see that some people, when they get into marriage, one child is attending, going to church with the mother, the other child is going to the mosque with the father. And this will bring disunity in the family. So you need to agree on family altar. Okay, in the mornings, that's when we're going to be having our devotion. By social time, everyone wakes up to have devotion in this home. We're going to be having our Bible study in the evenings. Agree on these things. This will help you because prayer is key. Prayer will help ward off challenges. Prayer will help keep the family united. So whether we quarrel or whether we have disagreements or not, we are going to be praying in this home. You get, so you agree on these things so that even in the heat of disagreement, when it is time for prayer, all of us are praying. When we finish, we can continue our disagreement and frown our faces or settle it in the bedroom. You get, so you can agree on that before it comes. In terms of family government, of course, the man is the head of the home, the woman is the neck of the home. Would everybody need to contribute before a crucial decision is made, or the man alone just sits down and take his decisions because we believe his leadership role? How will we arrive at crucial decisions? Is it until both parties are consulted? Don't assume that that is what it should be. Please talk about it before you get into marriage. Points, which is your visions must align. Yes, your vision has to align as you're preparing for marriage. If possible, you can do a vision board. Yes, write the vision and the vision because marriage is an institution, and in most institutions, in fact, all institutions have mission statements, they have their vision that they're running with. So the same thing with your marriage. So I urge you, if you're preparing for marriage, to write out your vision statement for your marriage, write out your mission statement to you and your would-be spouse. You agree on this thing, and the moment you're done with your wedding, laminate that and put in front of your home. Laminate it frame it and put it in your home, because it is not every time that you will be in love. It is not every time that you will be feeling the butterflies. But when you look at the vision board, it will give you an understanding to know that this thing is not about to end now. This thing is not ending now. It is forever. You get? So you make a plan for it, write it out and make it bold. Bible says, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that they might run, that he might run that readeth it. So even when you in the heat of disagreement, in the heat of whatever thing that may want to come and whatever thing that may want to come and steal your joy or tamper with the home, once you look at the vision board, once you look at your mission statement, it will keep you going. Please, this is my counsel to you as you prepare for marriage. Do write out your vision, your mission, frame it, and keep in your home. It will help you to keep running. How would you like to be consoled when you're grieving? Or how do you manage conflicts? Yes, ask them that. Do they when they are upset, do they withdraw? Do they keep quiet, or do they want to talk about it? This is so important, as it will help you to know how to relate with the person, so that when they are talking, you be quiet and listen, or when they are withdrawn, you know that something is wrong. Please talk about how they manage their emotions. Please, this conversation is so important. Is it the type? Is your would-be spouse? Is your would-be spouse the type that wants to break down the whole television when he or she is angry, and then people will start saving up money to buy another one later? When you understand this thing, you'll be able to get resource materials. You'll be able to seek counsel in the right direction even before you tie the knots. If you have seen this video up to this point, thank you so much. I deeply appreciate you. And sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this video with your friends and family. You don't know who may be blessed by this. Until I bring you another interesting one, stay blessed and highly favored.